The Spider-Man Noir trailer just dropped yesterday, and I was able to take some time out of my day today to sit down because I really wanted to watch the trailer, and I figured this would be a good video to react to. If you don't know, I am a huge Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. I talk a lot about Spider-Man on the channel. I'm currently working on a Spider-Man short fan film myself. If you would like to check that out and support that project, I'll put a link to our Indiegogo. The main crowdfunding for that has closed, but we've opened up late pledges, so you can still contribute, and I'll still honor any perks if you would like to do that. We did some costume tests yesterday, as a matter of fact, and we're going to be going full steam filming later this month, and certainly in March is when we're going to be doing the bulk of our filming. But we have a great team, great VFX artists, so go check that out if you want to see and support more Spider-Man content, especially from fans. Also, last week I was able to interview one of the extras on the very first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. I'm in the middle of editing that one. That should be done in a couple days, probably early of next week. It'll be on Patreon a little bit earlier than that if you'd like to check that out. Spider-Man Noir is a really interesting character. I remember when that first released, I think back in 2009. I might even have that first Spider-Man Noir #1 comic book. I'd have to look, but I remember it's the classic of him holding the gun. He's in that World War I Air Force outfit. When Spider-Man Noir was Into the Spider-Verse, I think it was the first time that like general audiences got to see that character. And he was funny, and it was especially having Nic Cage be that character. And he's also the live action, which I think is really awesome. But he's kind of jokey and quippy with the rest of them, and doing sort of his comedic brooding and talking about the Rubik's Cube. In actuality, Spider-Man Noir's origin is actually fairly dark. So I don't know if they're going to lean into the noir aspect of it like a lot, if they're going to make it like a serious, like for example, when his Uncle Ben died, it was actually Norman Osborn who sent out a hit, and I forget which, I think it was Vulture is like a cannibal in this 1930s alternate 616 universe, and they beat Uncle Ben to death, and then Vulture like ate his body. Like it was pretty dark. I don't know if they're gonna go that dark with it, or if they'll make it kind of like a crime sort of classic noir sort of thing. The noir style is such a unique style that we don't see anymore, and there's a lot of reasons for that, but this sort of overly dramatic black and white, a lot of playing around and experimenting with the way lighting works, especially in black and white, old school crime, femme fatale type of themes, and it's one of those things you have to watch old movies in order to get that. So all that to say, I'm wondering how dark they're gonna go with the character, with the story. I'd be surprised if they went really dark with it, because then you're ostracizing a lot of like your mainstream Spidey audiences. Or go the Into the Spider-Verse route and make it kind of a joke where he's brooding, but it's kind of comedic in the way that they're doing it. Or maybe they'll try and do a balance of both. This is also coming out on Prime Video, so that tells me that this must be primarily Sony in cooperation with these other studios, so it's not the MCU. Sony has not had the best track record with the Spider-Man property. Craven, Madam Web, Morbius, people just don't care. It's like Sony's allergic to money. Spider-Man Noir, on the other hand, I think is an interesting property for them to delve into, because you're dealing with a Spider-Man character, Peter Parker variant or alternate, or however they're going to paint this, and it definitely has me interested, because I read those, at least those early adaptations. He was also in a video game too, I forget which one, Shattered Dimensions he was in. I remember playing that, and that was a lot of fun. Having Nic Cage come back and reprise that role in live action, I think is a smart move. And my feelings towards it before even watching the trailer is that I think that there's a lot of potential for this to be really, really unique. That's a big one, and really, really fun, and really, really interesting. So like with all Marvel projects at this point in time, I'm cautiously optimistic. I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man Noir, so I'm excited to see what they do, and gosh, I hope it's gonna be good. Let's check out the trailer. Just looking at one of the comments already. Sometimes I light matches, let them burn on my fingertips just to feel something, anything. So funny. Look at my boy Nic Cage.
You already know how it ends.
Oh, hey, I love all the visuals.
Start from the beginning.
Oh, I love that. Ah, look, I love the noir lighting. You never know how they're gonna handle it.
Thoughts. Impulses. I manage to suppress them.
B. Reilly, I love that.
Most of the time.
What's going on, Ben?
Wait. What the hell happened to him?
I beat up some guys in a bar. And I got plastered.
are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
Struck a nerve, huh?
Hey! Two ways to watch. Oh, cool. You can watch in black and white or in color. Great. Yeah, so I think the potential is there for sure. First impressions that I love how they're really leaning into the noir filmmaking style. It really is a unique way of capturing scenes, like that scene where she's talking to him and you see him in the mirror and then they show the clock and you have this streak of light. It's all very noir. He is a little bit goofy and stuff, and that's totally fine. It doesn't really bother me. I think back to like the actual comic line of when how he got his powers. So I don't know how much of this is going to be in there, but in the actual thing, Harry Osborn was having his like henchmen or something, and I remember they were moving like artifacts, and there was one artifact that was like spider themed, and these like henchmen dropped it and it broke. And after he broke it, all these spiders came out of it, and they like bit one of the henchmen dude and like killed him. And one of the spiders came up and bit Spider-Man, and he was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna die? And then he ends up seeing this like spider god who's like, you're not gonna die, it's only because you have no evil. Only evil people that are bitten by the spider will die. Instead, you are gonna have something far worse. It's the curse of power. They also renamed his character to Ben Reilly instead of Peter Parker, but in the actual comic run, I think even into the Spider-Verse, his name was Peter Parker, but Ben Reilly is obviously a nod to Spider-Man's clone. Ben obviously being from Uncle Ben, and Riley being Aunt May's maiden last name, so Ben Reilly. I wonder how they're going to handle the suit explanation. So because Uncle Ben got killed in such a gruesome way, Peter Parker in the original Spider-Man Noir or Spider-Noir run, he gets Uncle Ben's World War I Air Force uniform. That's why it kind of looks like that with the goggles, so that's just some cool lore for you if you didn't know. So to me, it looks really promising. I think there's a lot of content that they have to work with. I love the uniqueness of it, and I really hope they lean heavily into it. And knowing Nic Cage, who can play these really kind of goofy, absurd characters, but also be able to play much more serious, straight, hardline characters. I don't know which way I think I would personally prefer it to go, because I like both directions that they could go. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, and I think not having the preconceived notion of wanting it to be really, really serious, dark, gritty, or if I'm okay with there being that sort of lightheartedness, which, to be fair, a lot of regular fans are used to Spider-Man being a sort of lighthearted, jokey type of character. So the Peter Parker original Spider-Man Noir not being that way, I thought was a unique way to handle that, especially given the circumstance, 1930s crime wave and everything, and given the circumstance of Uncle Ben's death. I thought that made a lot of sense, but it might be prudent to play it a little bit safer for modern audiences and go with a little bit lighter, at least having him be lighter, even if the world itself is darker. But I'd love to know where everyone else stands on this trailer. To me, it looks fun. I always love seeing Spider-Man swinging around, Spider-Man Noir in live action, so I'm a sucker for that for sure. And I definitely have bias because I love Spider-Man so much. As long as he's done justice and they care about the property, I'm totally fine with creative liberty, so long as it's not doing something different just for the sake of being different. I think it's okay to kind of structurally change things if it's within the context of the universe that they're building, or if it translates better into live action, but that's always really finicky. But let me know what you guys think about it. Don't forget to check out my live action Spider-Man fan film that we're working on right now. We're hoping to get that done, fingers crossed, to have it done around summertime. There's a lot of VFX work and stuff we're going to be doing, and we're going to be doing some live stream, some more fundraising. We only raised about 15 to 20% of the budget we were trying to do, and I'm really trying hard to work within that. But it is fairly ambitious, and so we might need just a little bit more. So we're going to be doing some fundraising stuff, and there's going to be some cool things that you can buy. I'm going to be selling some stuff from my personal collection. That's all going to be going towards that, because I really want to make it good. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. You can be notified when I post the next video. Check out Patreon. You can watch videos, early access, extended reactions, exclusive videos, a lot of great stuff over there. But for now, that is it. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, everyone. Take care.